So grab you whatever you need for the practice today. If you need some blocks, pillows, strap, whatever you need for a supportive practice. Let's go ahead and find ourselves at the center of our chair. Finding ourselves at the center of our chair, let's plant our feet firmly into the floor and sitting ourselves up nice and tall. And just beginning to quiet everything. Let's gently just begin to lift our arms up. So lifting those arms up into the air and lifting through our fingertips. And then we're just going to gently bring those arms back down. Oh, and Patches is going to join me. Okay. And let's go ahead and lift those arms up. And then lower that down. And one more time, let's just go ahead and lift those arms up and reach up through our fingers. Reach up through those fingertips. Good. My Patches. If only she was this like quiet and easygoing during the whole time, she'll freak out in a minute. Good, let's clasp our hands at the top here and go ahead and press our palms towards the ceiling. Right there, lengthening up through our arms, lengthening up through that torso. Good, just sitting ourselves up super tall right here. And allowing our breath to become deeper. So let's inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Bring our arms down halfway. And then bring those hands out in front of us. Go ahead and point our fingers down. And fingers up. And fingers down. And fingers up. And fingers down. And fingers up. Good. And bring those arms out. And we're just going to make some circles here with those arms. So circling forward, and we can see those arms in our peripheral. So it's kind of a wide V right here. So, and then let's go ahead and circle those arms back. And if your arms are already tired, that's okay. We haven't really warmed them up. That's kind of what we're doing right here. Sitting up tall with that torso. Good. And then go ahead, we can release our arms down to our side. Very nice. And let's roll our shoulders back. And roll that forward. And roll that back. And roll that forward. Good. Let's go ahead and look over to the right. So think about that chin going over towards the shoulder. And then look to the left. Chin over towards the shoulder. And to the right. And to the left. And bring that head back to center. Drop our right ear towards shoulder. Head to center. Drop left ear towards left shoulder. And head to center. Drop our chin to chest. Let's do some half neck circles here. So let's go ahead and roll that head. Chin back to chest. And then roll the other way. And chin back to chest. Just taking this from side to side. Good. Go ahead and drop that chin back to chest. Lift that head up center. Roll our shoulders back again. And roll that forward again. Good. And sit that up tall. Very nice. Now let's add in breath with our arms. now she's gonna go ahead and go for that arm. Let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. Let's go ahead and drop our left hand to our right thigh. Right hand is either going to reach for the back of that chair or the top of the chair. And let's do a little bit of a spinal twist here. So just a little spinal twist to the right and breathe. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. Let's go ahead and take that left or right hand to the left thigh. And left hand is either on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, and twist this here. Breathing in deeply. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Let's go ahead and clasp those hands behind us, or reach toward the back of your chair, or use your strap. So we're opening our chest, opening our shoulders. Let's go ahead and look to the right and look to the left. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest. Lift that head to center. Good. Bend at our elbows, take our hands over to right waist, squeeze that elbow back. And then switch sides. Squeeze that elbow back. And then release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Good. We're going to inhale it up again. Hold our arms up again. Reach up through our fingers and let's walk our walk our legs over to the right. Let's go ahead and take our hands on top of the back of the seat of our chair. And let's do a little bit of a seated spinal twist here, but actually using our arms as leverage to twist as deeply as feels good for you. Oh, again, yeah, using the back of the chair as leverage, using your hands to press or push or pull against that, and breathe it deeply here. Inhale it deep and exhale it out. And again, inhale it deep and exhale it out. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Bring those arms up. Let's take our legs over to the left this time. And let's go ahead and take those hands to the back of the chair once again. And using the leverage of those hands holding onto the back of that chair to get that good deep spinal twist right here. And breathe it. Breathe it, inhaling and exhaling. Very nice. Let's bring this back to center. Good. And let's go ahead and release our arms down to our sides. And we'll move into our seated sun salutations. So you can grab your blocks, place your blocks where you want them for these seated sun salutations. And let's go ahead and sit ourselves up nice and tall. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale, dive it down and over. We've got a nice seated forward fold. And you can be sitting as deeply into the chair as you want, or on the front edge of the chair. Just depends on your center of gravity and where it feels most comfortable for you. And you can have, if you're not using blocks, you can have your hands on the floor, or hands on your feet, or hands on your shins. I like to use the blocks. Let's go ahead, inhale, lengthen right here. So nice long arms, nice long spine. And then exhale, release into that forward fold. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Let's place our right hand into that block. And let's go ahead and twist that left arm open. So another seated spinal twist here. This time we're with that forward fold. You can feel that in the shoulder too. But listening to that body, maybe your arm only goes here, maybe here. Listening to your own body, your own mobility. Trying to keep both of our glutes into the chair, breathing this here. And then let's go ahead and release this. Forward fold, relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Let's go ahead and take that other hand. So left hand, place that left hand into block. And let's go ahead and twist open to the right. And you might find that you may not have the same amount of mobility on one side as you do on the other. And that's okay. That's normal. That's kind of what we're working on though. We're trying to get the same amount of mobility on both sides of the body. And breathing that here. And then go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's go ahead and hold this here. We're going to do it one more time each side. So let's press our right hand into that block. Lift our left arm up. And maybe you're able to open a little bit more here. Breathing it deeply. Letting those glutes just sit into that chair. And then relax and release. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold this here. Go ahead and take that hand back. Left hand to the block. Let's lift that right arm up. And breathe. Good. And release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Sit ourselves up tall, and you might want to scoot yourself forward. I was sitting pretty far back. So scooting ourselves forward, sitting ourselves up tall. Let's inhale it here. As we exhale, let's go ahead and hinge this forward. So folding ourselves forward, hinging, and taking our right elbow or our right tricep to our left thigh for another seated spinal twist here. And breathe. Hands are pressing together. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Sitting ourselves up tall. So think about that spine and think about stacking that spine, one vertebrae on top of the other. Let's inhale deeply here. As we exhale, let's go ahead and forward fold, hinge this here, and twisting to the other side. So trying to get that left elbow or left tricep to our right thigh. And breathe. And bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep it up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. As we exhale this time, let's clasp our hands behind us. Let's open up that chest, open up the shoulders. Good, and then release that. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us, opening up shoulders and chest. And then release that. Good, shake that out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get our lower body now. So sitting ourselves up tall, but not sitting up against the back of the chair yet. We're going to lengthen out through our legs and find ourselves in our seated staff pose with no back support. No support yet, having to use our core here. So let's breathe 3 breaths here. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good, release our arms down, and you can be holding or hands to thighs. And we're going to go leg extension, hamstring curl, leg extension. So keep our feet super flexed, and let's go ahead and curl this in and extend this out. There's 8, curl this in and extend out. There's 7, curl this in and extend out. There's 6, curl this in and extend. There's 5, curl this in and extend. There's 4, curl this in and extend. There's 3, curl this in and extend. There's 2, curl this in, and we're going to hold this next one. Hold this out and point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, and flex the feet. Good. Release our left leg, scoot ourselves forward, keep our right leg lifted, and let's go into a boat pose here. So left foot is on the floor, and you can do your toes, you can do your whole foot. We've got this nice boat pose. We're not letting our back get supported yet. Let's go 3 breaths here in boat pose. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very good. And we can release that. Good, shake that out. Now we get to sit up against the back of the chair, and let's go ahead and bring our right leg in. Go ahead and bring that in, give your right leg a nice big hug. And then let's go ahead and wrap our left arm around that right leg, and let's go ahead and twist. Ooh. Twist to the right and breathe. And then let's go ahead and twist to the other side. So twist to the left and breathe. And bring this back to center. All right, let's get that figure 4 or that piriformis or that hip flexor stretch. So let's take our foot, our ankle onto our thigh. Right there. If you've got that tight hips like I do, it's because I run and I ride the bike. So of course my hip flexors are going to be super duper tight. Let's sit ourselves up tall and find our hinge. So we're going to hinge before, like finding that hinge before you start to round yourself. So keeping that chest lifted, keeping our shoulders back, finding our hinge, and you'll either feel it or your body will stop you. Right there. Oh, goodness gracious. Good. All right, let's add in our breath with a little bit more hinge. So let's inhale it deeply here, sitting up against the back of the chair. And exhale and hinge. Inhale it up. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up. And exhale, hinge. One more time. Let's inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Excellent. Good. Bring this back to neutral. Let's go ahead and take that Right foot to the left corner of the chair. The chair is a little bit off here. You don't need to be sitting, sit up like that. I just need to move the chair. So let's take that foot to the left corner of the chair. Let's take our left arm, wrap that around that right leg. And feel that really, really, really good stretch in that right leg with right hip, right thigh, right IT band. Maybe you got it in the hamstring. I'm feeling a little hamstring and the glute today. Just twisting into that and breathing here. And twist that to the other side. Good. Give yourself a nice big hug again. So hug that leg in, a little bit more stretch. Very nice. And then let's release that, shake that out. Good. We're going to take ourselves back into staff pose. So taking ourselves back away from the back of our chair. Let's lengthen up through our legs again. Flex through our feet. Reach up through our arms. 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And big deep inhale. And exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. We can release our arms down and hands to thighs or by your side. Let's go. Curl this in and extend this up. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Keep those feet super flexed. Here's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. We're going to hold our next one and extend. Hold this here. Go ahead and point those toes and flex the feet and point the toes and flex the feet and point the toes and flex the feet and point those toes and flex those feet. Good. Release that right leg. Scoot ourselves forward. Keep our left leg lifted. Let's find our boat pose on this side. Lean it back. 3 breaths here. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale it. And again, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. And you can release that. Let's go ahead and sit it back. Bring our left leg in and give our left leg a hug. That always feels really, really good. Good, a nice big hug. Let's wrap that right arm around that left leg and twist. And breathe. And then twist it towards the other side. And bring this back to center. Let's take it into that figure 4, that piriformis, hip flexor stretch. Foot is on that thigh. Sit ourselves up tall and find our hinge. Ooh, this side is much tighter than the other side today. So finding that before those shoulders start to round, keeping our chest lifted. Good. Sit ourselves up tall. Let's add in that breathing with that movement. So let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, hinge it forward. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Very good. And let's bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and take that foot to the right corner of the chair. Left foot's going to the right corner of the chair. Let's wrap our right arm around our left leg. And let's get that wonderful hip stretch on this other side. So maybe you're feeling it in your hip, your outer thigh, IT band or hamstring. Twisting into that. Let's breathe it here, inhaling it and exhaling it. And deep inhale and exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and twist it to the other side. Stand the other way. Breathe it here. Good. And bring that back to center and give them a nice big hug. Very good. And release that. Let's go ahead and shake that out. And we're going to take ourselves over to the left side of our chair. And let's go ahead and give that right leg the left side of our chair. Let's see if I have enough for it. Sure. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and take our left leg behind us and we'll find ourselves in our supported crescent. So we've got this nice supported crescent, back heel is lifted, front leg 90 degree, so a nice bent knee. And let's reach this up here. So let's lengthen up through this and breathe. Good, let's go ahead and drop that right hand to the right side of the chair and reach this over. Feel that really good side stretch. I like this stretch because feel it all the way through that torso, all the way through that hip flexor and through that quad. It's a good stretch. Good, let's go ahead and rotate this and get a nice little twist to the side. And maybe you can look back at your calf or back at your heel or back behind you, back over your shoulder. Whatever feels best for your neck, for your mobility. Not forgetting to breathe. Good, let's bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and bring our right leg up onto this whole seat of the chair. Let's take our left leg off to the side and find another center stretch right here. So this is kind of similar to a gate pose that we would do without the chair. Lengthening up and breathe. Let's take that right hand back down again to the right side of the chair and reach this over, and more of a lateral stretch this time. I feel it instead of in the front, I'm feeling it more of the side and the back and down the side of the leg this time. Very good stretch and breathe. Let's go ahead and windmill this and reach over. And then release that. Go ahead and turn ourselves. And now we're going to go into pigeon. So that back heel is lifted just like it was for our crescent. Front leg is supported. We've got that nice hip flexor stretch right here. Let's lengthen up, back up through the center. Very nice. And we'll add in a forward fold. So you can forward fold it onto those hands. You can forward fold it onto those elbows. Or you can forward fold it all the way forward and let those arms dangle. I like to use, that's a good stretch for the hip today. I like to use the support of the block. I can touch the floor. I should probably practice touching the floor. Oh, that's a lot though. It's a lot for my hip. So I like to use the block just as support. Maybe I'll do block halfway. There we go. That's a good compromise. There's the comfortably uncomfortable. And that's kind of what we're shooting for, is the comfortably uncomfortable, but not painful. And breathe, breathe it here. Good, let's lengthen back up through this, reach back up through those arms, lengthen back up through that torso. Very nice. Good, and then release that. Good, let's bring that right leg off to the side and we'll go into our warrior poses, or supported warrior poses. So we've got that front knee bent, got our back leg nice and straight. So we've got our warrior two legs right here. Let's lengthen out through our arms, lengthening up through that torso, reaching up through our arms. Our face is relaxed, but everything else is strong and active here. And breathe. Good, let's go ahead and drop that back arm. Take our palm up and reach through peaceful warrior. And then we'll take this into side angle pose. So side angle, reaching this arm up and over. And then let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up into proud warrior. And then release that down. Good. Let's move ourselves over to the other side of the chair. So let's take our left leg over to the right side of the chair. Let's take our right leg behind us and we'll find ourselves in crescent, supported crescent on this other side. So on this right side. And let's lengthen up here. Lengthen straight up through that. Reaching up through those arms. Good, let's take our left hand, drop our left hand to the left side of the chair, reach this over. And then let's go ahead and do a nice little twist here, torso twist. And you can look behind at your calf, at your foot, or if looking over your shoulder, again, wherever your mobility is letting you go, wherever your neck and spine mobility. Breathe. Good, bring us back to center. Let's bring our left leg up onto the seat of the chair. Take our right leg off to the side and center here. So reaching up through this. Good, let's take that left hand, drop that down, reach that over. So nice lateral stretch. And then go ahead and reach this over. Oh, windmill that into a stretch over to the other side. And then release that. Good, turn this so that we are in a nice pigeon, supported pigeon. Hip is supported up on that chair, back leg, heel stays lifted, foot stays active. Let's reach up through our arms here. And then let's go forward fold. So either on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down. Trying to do the same amount of stretch that we did on the other side, that we're doing on this side that we did on the other side. So that means that I've got to go halfway down on my block on this side. And breathe. That's what we're working on. We're working on that balance, strengthening both sides of the body, which helps that balance. And keeping both sides of that body mobile and strong in the same areas helps us to prevent injury. And breathe. Good, let's bring ourselves back up, lift this back up and reach. And then go ahead and release that. Nice, let's take that leg off to the side. And find our proud warrior. Warrior 2 legs. Strong warrior 2 arms, strong torso. Strong upper body, strong neck, but relax your jaw, relax your face. Relax those eyes. Good, let's drop that back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior right here. And then let's go ahead and take it into side angle pose. Take that arm over. Yeah, deeply. And bring this back up, proud warrior. And then release that. Good, let's scoot ourselves forward. We've got those nice wide legs. And we'll do a little bit more spine and hip mobility with our wide legs. Let's take our blocks to the inside of our feet. Let's go ahead and take our right hand to our right block and let's twist open here. So wide legs, spinal twist, trying to keep both of our glutes on the chair and breathe it here. And then go ahead and sweep this up and let's take it to the other side. Taking that hand down, reaching that arm up. And then reach this up and release that down. Good, let's go ahead and take our legs together and take those blocks. And we're going to take our glutes up off of the chair. But actually first, let's go ahead and inhale and sweep this up. And then let's go into a forward fold, dive it down and over. Hands on blocks or the floor. We're gonna go ahead and press our feet into the floor. Lift our glutes up off of the chair so that we're in our first standing forward fold. Just letting those hamstrings stretch, relax that head and neck. Maybe nod that head yes, shake that head no, as we've got our first little inversion where our head is lower than our heart, because we are in a forward fold. And there goes the yawn. Expanding my lungs. Good. So let's go ahead and inhale, flatten through that spine, look forward. And exhale, release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Stretching through the backs of our legs. Let's inhale and lengthen, nice tabletop. So flat back. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair, standing forward fold. Good. Inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair. We're going to stay in the standing forward fold. So that means if you need to walk away a little bit from your chair, you can. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through the spine, nice flat back. Exhale and release. Okay, our head has been low. So we're going to take this next one up nice and slow. We're going to inhale and sweep this up nice and slow. And exhale, cactus our arms back. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And then let's go ahead and release our arms down to our sides. Very nice. Very good. Go ahead and turn the chair. Let's take our right leg up onto the seat of the chair and take our heel, left heel, press it into the floor. And we'll just get a little bit more of a hip flexor stretch here. So you can take your hand onto the seat of the chair, or you don't have to. You can have both hands up, Or if you want to block, you can use a block here too for your hand. So if you want to have your shoulder on the inside of that. Just stretching through the hip, keeping our back heel pressed down into the floor so that we get a good calf stretch on that other leg. Good. From here, let's go ahead and shift our weight back. Stretch through the hamstring. Back of the leg. Good. Bring ourselves up, lift ourselves up. Let's take ourselves to the other side and hinge forward here. So trying to be able to stretch the same amount on this side, trying to keep that right heel into the floor and trying to stretch through that hip flexor. Goodness gracious. That is tight. And breathe that here. Good. Let's go ahead and shift that weight back and stretch through that leg, through that hamstring. And then bring ourselves up. Good. We're going to take ourselves on the floor and go into our modified shoulder stand. So go into our inversion. Grab whatever you need for going to the floor. Grab, and then for final relaxation when we get there. So grabbing a block, grabbing your eye pillow, regular pillow blankets, whatever you need. And let's go ahead and take ourselves down onto the floor. Scoot ourselves nice and close to that chair. And then let's go ahead and bring our legs up onto the chair. You can also do this up against the wall. You can have your legs supported up against the wall. And then when we go into that, when we lift our legs all the way up, you can also have your legs supported completely against the wall. So if it's not available to you to have your legs free, go ahead and feel free to sit up against the wall. Let's take our block or our tough pillows if you don't have a block, but you've got some really hard pillows. And let's go ahead and place that underneath our sacrum. So right underneath that low back, right at that belt area for support. And our palms can be facing up or palms can be down depending on what feels best for you. And then let's go ahead and lift those legs up. So we've got our legs lifted in our nice inversion where our legs are above our head, above our heart. The floor is really cold today. So I was like, no, I'm gonna have my hands here today. Good. And you can be in stillness, you can find stillness here, or you can point and flex. I kind of like to rotate my ankles in the air or point and flex my ankles. Sometimes it's nice to have apart, get a little bit more flexibility, or you can have knees apart, feet together, just depending on what's working best for you. Then let's go ahead and release one leg, release the other leg. Let's relax it here for a moment. Let's take our right ankle, place it onto our left thigh, and then go ahead and press that inner thigh away. Oh, good hip and piriformis stretch. Figure 4. Next, release that. Let's take it to the other side. Press that inner thigh away. And then release that. Good. You can take that block out from underneath your low back. You can press that chair away or move that chair away. And let's move into our final relaxation. So grabbing whatever you need for that. If you've got that eye pillow, you can place that over your eyes. Let's reach out through our arms towards one end of the room and reach through our feet, through our toes towards the other end of the room. Imagining that we are adding a couple inches to our height. Lengthening, lengthening, breathing it deeply. Let's inhale it deep. As we exhale, let's go ahead and sink and settle and let those feet just fall open. If you've got that eye pillow over your eyes, just enjoy the darkness of that, the heaviness of that eye pillow. Breathing, relaxing, slowing everything down, quieting everything. Still relaxing. Let's bend our knees and tuck our tailbone under a little bit. So maybe the low back can flatten against the floor. If it can't, that's fine, that's okay. And let's go ahead and drop our knees over to one side, to our most comfortable side. Take ourselves onto our sides. And breathe. And then very slowly, let's begin to bring ourselves up. Bring ourselves into a seated pose, a strong seated pose. And sitting ourselves up tall, lengthening up through our spine. Good, let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. And exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And one more time, big, deep cleansing inhale. And big, deep cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. Have a blessed rest of your day. And we'll see you next time.